how they were going to raise this child. So at that point, it was a choice that these parents had made, that she was going to be a girl. But when she started getting mature, she was so boyish. So there are times when...
Yeah, those situations, like, it's an abnormal condition, okay? And so in those abnormal conditions, okay, because we know it's abnormal, because it's not the way things should be, in those abnormal conditions, we have to be very careful, because it's an abnormality, so you can't really make a judgment as you would make in under normal circumstances, okay? So the same thing like if someone is mentally impaired, okay? And you tell them, well, you have to explain to me the Trinity before I baptize you. How are they going to do it? They don't have the mental capacity to comprehend the normal teachings of the church. Okay? So does that mean that you can deny them baptism because they can't? No, it's an abnormality. So under those circumstances, we look at a case, Yes. Okay. So man and woman possess, okay, so they are good. In reality, which is good and willed by God. So man and woman possess an inalienable dignity, meaning a dignity that cannot be taken away from them, which comes to them immediately from God, their Creator. So you can't look at someone and say, oh, you're a man, oh, you're a woman. No, that's God's will. So man and woman are both with one and the same dignity, okay, in the image of God. That's the dignity, okay, in the image of God. In their being man and being woman, they reflect the Creator's wisdom and goodness. That is God's creativity, male and female. We can't produce anything better by engineering. We can't. That is the highest wisdom of God, God's goodness in visible creation. And so we should look at the language there, a reflection of God's wisdom and goodness. Okay? And of course, God gave us the capacity to receive His wisdom and goodness, intellect and will. Okay? So we can truly understand ourselves and appreciate our beauty, okay? That I have been loved, and I truly love God's gift, which is me. Okay? Love of self. Today, because of the images of Hollywood and Bollywood and whatever they want to call it, people don't want to be who they are. They always want to be someone else. Oh, I wish I were like her or like him or whatever. That's an insult to God. Or for me to tell people, you have to be like me. Are you my creator? That doesn't mean we can't learn from others. Okay? We can learn from others, again, because some people may do better things or have better ideas than we do. But I have to integrate what I learn into the self. I can't erase the self and become somebody else. I may try, but it's impossible. And I will be miserable. That's why you see today in schools, high schools, whatever, many kids, especially girls, they are miserable. Because they are ugly. Because they are told what they should be like. Do you watch Women of Grace?
Yes.
I'm not a woman, but I watch it. I love her, the woman. Her name was Bernard White. So, one time she had basically, a program. Basically, they were talking about pornography, okay, and women. So basically, some women, they were saying they try, okay, they see their husbands, okay, watching pornography or looking at particular, but especially pornography. And so they try to compete with the images their husbands look at, okay, so that the husband may not look at those images, they may look at them. But those women don't exist. They are made up. Okay? They are patched up. They don't exist in reality. So how are you going to compete with non-existence? So we should be comfortable in our skin because we are good and lovable. Why? Because God is good and God is love and He made us in His image. So I am good and lovable. Why? Because I did it. No, because God made me so. So this part of the confusion, a huge chunk of the confusion we're experiencing today is lack of true love of self. People don't love who they are. They always want to be something else because they are told something else is better. Someone else is better. But if we think logically, the only life I know is best is mine. I may look at someone from without, but I don't know what they are going through. So to want to be like them is a mistaken idea because I have no clue as to who they are, what their soul is experiencing, what they are going through. They may even tell me, but I can't really live their life. So that's why we should have this true love of self. I'm good and lovable because God made me so. And all I'm trying to do is to make sure that I maintain that goodness and lovability. That's what grace does, because sin disfigures that. And grace, through Christ, restores that. That's why we need Him. Okay. So man and woman are both with one and the same dignity in the image of God. In their being man and being woman, they reflect the Creator's wisdom and goodness. Let's take a break.
I have a request.